Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to blow a Rhea egg using just one hole. So where Rhea eggs are a bit bigger than a chicken egg, we can get away with blowing just one hole. So the first thing we're going to need is a Rhea egg. Rhea eggs are quite big. This one weighs nearly 700 grams. We're also going to need a container to hold the yolk in. I've got a couple of drill bits here. This one's a 3mm and the second one here is a 7mm. And obviously we're going to need a drill as well. And we're also going to need a straw to blow with. I've actually ended up duct taping 3 straws together because I want to get my head far away from the yolk as possible. So I'm going to start drilling into the egg. This is a 3mm drill bit and I'm going to take it nice and slow. I don't want to put too much pressure on because obviously I don't want to crack the egg. And that's the reason we're starting with the small drill bit here. It made me jump a bit there. Next I'm going to swap that off for my 7mm drill bit. And then I'm going to use that pilot hole and I'm going to drill into that pilot hole. The reason I've done this is so the egg doesn't crack as much. The smaller the drill bit, the safer it's going to be to use on the egg. I've left this running here in real time so you can actually see how long it takes me to get through the egg. I'm not putting too much pressure on. Although this one did split very slightly, you can't really see it in the final product though. I'm also going to apologise here for having a bit of a grumpy face. You can do this with a smile if you like. I just had the sun in my eyes and I'm squinting. I'm not really as miserable as I look in this. And I carefully remove the drill from inside. Next we want to blow out the egg. So here I'm just obviously putting the straw in and blowing as much yolk out as I can. Now this was before I put the smaller straw on the end. So on my last one on the end I attached a kid's casting straw. This one's a lot thinner so it'll actually be easier to blow out because with the same size hole there'll obviously be more room around the edge for it to blow out. With this one I was having a bit of trouble because I was blowing inside. Obviously that build the pressure up inside the egg and then when I move the straw back out it'll allow the yolk to come out afterwards. So again, as I was saying before, to speed up this process I can either go for a larger drill bit, maybe a 10mm drill bit, or again a thinner straw, and this will speed up the process. It's really important we blow into the egg and don't suck the yolk out. It's not going to taste very nice. You'll see a clip at the end where this has gone a bit wrong for me. I wasn't sucking, but I still managed to get a mouthful. When you get to the end, you want to make sure you're holding the egg vertical and just make sure you get every last bit of yolk out. In this clip here, this is a different egg. I'm just showing how much quicker you can actually get the yolk out if you just make a bigger hole. And I say this is in real time, so this one's a lot quicker. Just depends what you want to use the egg for once you're done. This one I'm going to use for a display. Now, where I was having trouble cracking the egg with a larger drill bit, I experimented with using this 3mm drill bit and drilling several holes and then just using the bit to wear away the sides. To make a slightly bigger hole. This actually worked really well. The only downside is it's not as neat. So, but this is going to be underneath and it's going to be very easy to hide. Once you're done, it's time to rinse off the egg with some cold water. So here I'm just filling it up by the tap, and then I'm going to get my straw and I'm just going to simply blow out the same way I did before. After you've done this a couple of times, your egg should be ready to go. Once finished, I recommend drilling into a piece of wood just to make sure your drill bit's nice and clean at the end. So as we can see here, the egg now weighs 100 grams. It's lost about 600 grams of weight. Now I've put it into a measuring jug here so I can see how much was in there, and there's actually 700 millilitres of fluid. Very useful to know because if you want to do something like fill it full of epoxy resin, for example, which I might do with one of my eggs, it's good to know how much you're going to need. So here's where it went wrong for me. It came back out the top of the straw and into my mouth. It's not very pleasant, I don't recommend doing this. The reason that would have happened is because obviously I'm blowing into the egg, the pressure inside is building up, and when I stop blowing it's come back out the top of the straw. So I recommend constantly blowing on the straw whilst your mouth is on it and moving your mouth away when you stop. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you've enjoyed it, if you like the video, it's a huge help for me. Otherwise, have a great day guys. Until next time.